Hello, here is the CR53, the chocolate otter doe, and let me tell you about her. And the goats are going to probably bother us. Go away, goats, go away. Okay, in the rec standard, as you can see, general type is 45, body is 35, fur is 40. Now, body type is always, is always considered first. However, fur is a really close second. So I also pick mine for fur quality. I have kept some. Now the body has to be decent, but I have kept a few for their tremendous coats because the second most important thing is coat, is fur. This is a fur breed, so fur is really important. Some breeders don't really talk about it much. Maybe theirs are all just fabulous in fur. I don't know. But to me, that's what I'm looking for. Now, general type. The ideal Rex is a well-proportioned animal that will give the impression of balance and uniformity. The animal should exemplify meat-producing qualities, having a medium body length, well-rounded hips. Well-rounded in the hip. Now you want the roundness in the hip. You don't want like an undercut. Like she's not undercut. She's full down to the table. We talk about that fullness to the table. She's got that. The other thing that people talk about is called depth. And depth is like the height over the back. So now, in my opinion, she's got good depth. I've seen deeper, but you know, like she's not, some animals are like, they're a lot flatter over the back, and that's a fault of depth. They don't have the roundness over the back. So you're looking for well-rounded over the back. The standard said the body is to have enough depth to balance other proportions. So you really want a real well-balanced animal. The other thing that I always look for is the shoulders. Sometimes in the youngsters, now she's got nice shoulders. They balance with the rest of her. Sometimes you see them very narrow in the shoulders. If I get a rabbit who is very narrow in the shoulders, they get culled. They get eaten. I don't fool with shoulders. Shoulders do not get better. Sometimes the loin back here, sometimes this will be a little hollow when they're younger. Now hers is good. Hers is pretty nicely filled out. Sometimes I have babies that are a little lacking here, and I will give that time, and that often does improve. Shoulders never get better. Bad shoulders don't get better. And with the shoulders also, you don't want it like super low. Like hers starts up at a good place and it rises up and around. The other thing that obviously I can't tell you in a video is how the body feels. You want a nice firm flesh. And she's fairly firm in her flesh. She could be a little firmer. But right now she's still living with some other young rabbits, and they might be chasing each other around. I imagine when she gets by herself, she might firm up a little bit more. And then the density of the coat. I think she's got a real nice fur coat on her at the moment, and good color. And good markings, good otter markings. Now, markings don't count hardly anything. Color is 10 points, so color really doesn't matter. But I think she does have a pretty good quality chocolate. I've been getting good consistent remarks on the chocolate, the quality of my chocolate on my chocolate otters. So that's what, and when you pose them, as you can see, like she's not posed super scrunched up. In my mind, you want a fairly natural pose, like the feet should be under the hips, the feet should be under the shoulders, like they shouldn't be, some of your little fancy breeds, they like squish way up like the mini Rex, but Rex should be posed fairly naturally, but you know, so that you can see the body shape. So that's the doe, that's the chocolate otter doe, and let me get out the chin.